How to text a guy to make him crazy about you. Hello, ladies, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Alex Cormont, and I'm a relationship expert. But today, I am not by myself. I have the pleasure to meet with Mike Goldstein, which is a love and relationship expert, and he will give you all of his experience to tell you how to text a guy and make him crazy about you. Hello, Mike. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing. Thank you for having me.
It's really my pleasure. Thank you so much for being here because I know that you have a lot of valuable content to share to my community. Can you just introduce you a little bit for the ladies that don't know you yet, please?
Yeah, I'm a love and relationship coach. I've been based out of New York City for over 10 years and now recently moved over to California. I have the highest success rate in the country at putting people into relationships at 83%. I was on the Today Show about 6 years ago, and since then I've partnered with Match, OkCupid, and eHarmony to use their data to help folks get in relationships with math and science. And we've got 12 marriages, and most
Wow.
importantly, I'm excited to be with you and your community today.
Yeah, thanks so much. This is an amazing journey that you have done so far, and that it's incredible the way that you can help people. So I always receive this question, how to text a guy to make him crazy about you? Is it something that you receive also in your experience with the people that you coach?
I get this question all the time, so absolutely.
Can you tell us what will be the best tips that you can share with us?
Yeah, I want to tell you a story that I think really resonates to this topic.
Okay.
So one of my very close friends is what I'd call, if we're using the context of everyone who is watching this that's a woman is a queen and they're looking for their king.
Okay.
Well, my buddy just is an absolute king, and let me explain. He's a very good looking man. He's 6 foot, good body, played professional soccer or football in France.
Yeah.
Um, he now has a PhD. He's a data scientist. He's got good income, owns properties throughout the United States, has money, great social skills, just the total catch. And he's single. So he loves Bumble because women message him. He's also a data scientist, so that means he's sitting in front of data all day. So he's a little bit of an introvert, but one-on-one, amazing social skills. So anyway, women want this guy. He's a king. So here's what happens. He loves Bumble. He goes on dates. And I go, cool, what do you do after you go on a date?
Yeah.
Well, if I had, if it was fun or whatever, I don't text the woman after. I go, what? You don't text her? He goes, no, if it was fun, I just wait. And I see if she texts me. And I'm like, hold on, wait. I'm a dating coach. And my thing is men are supposed to be hunters. Like, you should be like doing something. He's like, nah, I don't do anything. I wait till they text me. I'm like, okay, does that work? He's like, yeah, it's fine. Sometimes they text me, sometimes they don't. I go, hold on. What if you are crazy about the woman and she's a queen and you really want her? He's like, oh, I text her.
Okay.
Oh, I'm like, okay, now I get it. So you only text the women that you're actually interested in. He's like, yeah, that's right. Oh, light bulb went off.
I understand. So do you think that it's good like for a lady if she wants to make a guy crazy about her to not text and to wait? What would be your advice?
Yes, that is my exact point. Ladies, do not text a man. The most valuable thing you can do for yourself after a date, especially a first date, is see what happens in the next 48 hours. The most valuable piece of information comes from how does he ask you out again? Does he text you? You lose so much information if you text him in those 48 hours. So to drive him crazy, do nothing so that he can text you and you can find out if he's actually into you. This is so valuable. Does that make sense, Alex?
That makes a lot of sense because, most of the time when we like someone, boy or girl, whatever, even if you're women, you want to do actions. You feel that you have to do a lot of actions and this is how you will make him crazy about you. But as you said, sometimes silence can make a man just think about you and do some actions and comes towards you. So this is a good advice, because I always say that we need to take a step back and people needs to find an opportunity. So for you ladies, you have to wait for the man to text you. But I have another question for you, Mike, because I've seen a lot of ladies telling me, but Alex, what to do when we are dating, we are texting, and it will just disappear? What does it mean? And what should I do at this moment? Should I text or not?
So all the women watching this, all your community, all the women are queens, right?
Yeah.
And so all these men, when they're first starting, so you're the queen, you're running the castle, and you're a great queen. Like, you treat people well, you're a good ruler. But these men are court jesters. And a court jester is trying to move up the ranks and eventually become the king. So when he early on is not communicating with you, a queen doesn't go chase his king, or excuse me, a queen doesn't go chase the court jester and be like, where's my court jester? No, the court jester has to go find the queen. So when he disappears, as a queen, you've got stuff going on. You're ruling the kingdom. And so if we're using that in today's day and age, what you've got is a lot of stuff going on. You've got work, you've got your friends, you've got your family, you've got activities. So you're doing all these things. So when he disappears, if he's really into you, he's going to be like, man, I wonder what the queen's doing. And so you don't reach out to him, especially in the early stages. Now, let's say you're more in a relationship. And let's say you're feeling a little anxious. Like, where'd my guy go? Well, you want to wait until you're feeling like a queen again. Because, like, we all get there. I've been there where, as a king, sometimes I feel like the court jester again. But I don't want to text someone out of a place of scarcity. I want to be in a place of abundance and happiness.
Yeah, that's really important.
I'm going to go refine myself, right, Alex? So
yeah, sure.
As a woman, as a man, like, I'm going to go play soccer. I'm going to go lift. I'm going to go watch TV. I'm going to go on a run, a walk. I'm going to go read a book. Whatever I need to do I'm feeling good again. And then from a place of feeling good, if you're in a relationship, absolutely reach out. Because now you're in a relationship, there's no rules. Like, this is just, we're dating. We're people, we're humans, we want to connect. And you say, hey, like, I miss you. You want to hop on the phone or you want to get together? Like, that's great. But don't do it from a place of when you're feeling anxious, like, where'd he go? Do it from a place of like, man, my life is so phenomenal and amazing. And hey, I'm doing something cool. I'd like you to join in it. Or hey, I'd love to catch up. Like, hey, I just had something cool happen. That's where we should be coming from. And if we're not in that state, let's just get there. Let's go do the activity that's going to get us there. So then we're in queendom, and then we can spend time with a king. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. I love the expression of queendom. That's like so good. And I always say that, I think something that women like to do is to ask a man to go out. For example, hey, let's meet. I want to see you this weekend. But when you do that, it's not valuable because a man will think that you're too needy. But if you're doing what Mike is saying, hey, I want to do this activity. Would you like to join me? Then it's really not the same because you're doing something. So if it comes or not, it will miss something. And that's where you can make a man really crazy about you. There is one more question, Mike, because I coach a lot of women and sometimes they tell me, but Alex, I cannot control my emotion. I feel like I need to text him. Do you have an advice for that situation when you feel that you're really feeling sad, down, but you need some advice in order to control your emotion and to not text this guy? What could be your advice?
Oh, that's such a great question. And trust me, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Myself included. So I get it. Like, take your phone and throw it across the room. Do whatever you need to do. But what you're going to do is reach out to the people that you already have a loving relationship with, whether it be family, be friends, and go talk to them. Go do something. Get your mind off of it. This is so important. Once again, this goes back to what we were just talking about. Not from a place of scarcity, not of a place of like, hey, I am feeling something. I'm feeling anxious. I've created this story that he's cheating on me, that he doesn't care about me. That's a story that we've fabricated that may or may not be true. So we've got to go into that story and be like, hold on, is there facts here or are emotions making me think this story? And then let's go look at the facts. And it's got to come from a place of when we're not emotional, where we're like, okay, let me look at this logically. And so if you got to take some time to get to that state where you can get to logic, that's fine. Then go have some fun with your friends, go watch TV, go do whatever. But now once you're looking at the facts and it's like, hold on, he said he was busy at work and I haven't heard from him from 3 days. All right, he said he's busy at work. That's the facts, not like, hey, he's having sex with another woman. So let's go with the facts, and now let's, act accordingly. And if we want to talk to him, let's go with curiosity. Like, hey, I know you said you're busy at work. Are you still curious? I mean, are you still busy? Like, what's going on?
Okay, to ask a question. So the more you ask a question about curiosity, so you show like a little bit of interest, but not too much, basically you will be able to engage communication, right?
I'm sorry, say that again?
So basically, if like she asks a question and she uses curiosity, then the man can start a communication, a dialogue with her.
Absolutely. Yeah. So when you're going at a place of curiosity, it makes him feel comfortable. Like, oh, she cares and she wants to know how I work. Instead of, maybe women in the past have been like, why are you not calling me? Why are you not? So instead of nagging, it's more like, hey, you're fantastic. Just wondering, are you still busy at work or how's it going?
How is it going? That will be a good question because it's curiosity and also attention, but without like with positivity. It's not like, hey, you didn't text me for 3 days. What are you doing? It's not something that I like, because when you put some anger without asking him before, it can feel that it's too much, or it can feel overwhelmed or suffocated, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as a man, there's nothing worse like when a woman's like, what? Like, where have you been? I was like, what? But on the flip side of it, it's like, Mike, you are the greatest man ever. Like, you treat people so well, and I adore you, and I love spending time with you. And it would make me so happy if every once in a while you'd check in and just see how I'm doing. Like, you'd be the most amazing man if you did that. And then I'll be like, whoa, I'm awesome? And she just wants a call? Hold on, let me stop working. I'm going to call her. And then I call this woman, and she goes, Mike, I'm so happy to hear from you. Assuming that's authentic. And I'm like, all I had to do was stop working for 5 minutes, make this phone call, and I get that type of reception as a man. And Alex, tell me, would you do that all day and be receptive to making that phone call?
Yes, sure, because it's all about energy, and I like in your example the fact that she said that, okay, I want you to give me a call, I want you to give me some news. So basically a man can understand what you want, because also in today's world we assume that someone will understand our needs, and it's not that easy. There is some language barriers, there is like different culture. If we got divorced, if we are dating and we are still new in the relationship, it's not the same. So I really love your example. And this is what I want to point it, because men, when we understand something and we know that we will be able to please you, we will do it. And if you have a positive energy, that will be stronger. So Mike, I know that you have a lot of good tips also in your specific free gift that you want to share with my community. So how to get and keep a guy forever. Can you tell us a little bit about this? And I will include the link just right below.
Yeah, this is such an awesome gift. This is kind of my life's work. I've been asked to make a book on this exact topic. And I'm big on giving information quickly and trying to optimize time for folks, because I know all your community, all these queens are very busy.
Yeah.
So I basically put an entire book's worth of information into a 5-minute video. And it's how to keep a guy forever. And this is after talking to thousands of men, polling them, and not only polling them on what they need to have someone forever, but really going to the meat and potatoes, not accepting that surface level answer of, oh, I need a sandwich and a blowjob. No, that's not acceptable. What do you really need? So I grilled them, and finally I came down to these 4 things that will cause a man to commit, stay with you forever, be happy with you forever. And of course, that's the man's biggest fear for forever, right? Is, will it end in divorce? Will this end? If he's convinced that you will be as happy as you are now in 40 years, he's dropping to a knee and asking for proposal, or he's willing to have a life partnership. So I want to review all those things in this video. Um, so Alex is
Awesome.
gonna set you up with the link, but this is
Yeah,
such
I will
powerful
include them.
stuff.
Sounds good. I will include all the link below and you need to watch it, ladies. So, you know, my interviews are about like 15 minutes to max 20 minutes. So I want to have you on my YouTube channel. We will talk like some other topics because I have a lot of questions for you. But ladies, I want to make sure that before we do another videos, I want you to leave a comment and to click on the link below to watch this specific video because there is some needs that men can have and that you can also fulfill. So, and also for you to be happy, of course. Mike, do you want to share one last thing? I always give the final word to my invitee.
Yeah. Back to our original topic of like the man at work. You know, the reason he doesn't reach out, just so we understand how men work, he doesn't reach out because he assumes you're busy. And as a man, we don't bother people when we think they're busy. We don't want to be a burden. And so, like, knowing, I understand women, they're like, well, when they get reached out to, they love it because it's like, oh, he's thinking about me, he cares about me. But he thinks if he reaches out, he's being bothersome, he's preventing you from working. So that's why he doesn't. So that's why we need to tell him, no, we actually do like when you reach out. So we gotta have to retrain our man because he's thinking like a man. He doesn't realize, hey, I'm dating a woman and I need to think like what does a woman want? So we, Alex and I are teaching you stuff so then you can teach the man stuff. So we are training a man kind of through you. Hopefully you can get that done. So you just say, hey, I love it when you reach out. And he's like, oh. And then when he reaches out, like a dog, you give him the pat on the head, like, oh, thanks for reaching out. And he's like, oh. And now we've got him trained. He's like, oh, this is easy. I get appreciated when I do these things.
Yeah, that's good advice because, I have a lot of ladies asking me, Alex, why do we have to do the work? So basically, you don't have to do the work, but what we are doing here is to give you the piece to make your own puzzle and to make your own relationship. So this guy will also be able to understand you because in today's world, it's difficult for everyone to date. Unless you just get a relationship expert like Mike and you click on the link below, remember to watch this video. So thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate our time together.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. And yes, ladies, it should be two-sided. You don't have to do all the work. Hopefully he's watching some videos too and learning.
That will be important too. Thanks so much, Mike. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and make a comment just right below, and then you can click on the video and watch Mike stuff. I will see you soon, ladies. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Mike.